He pees all over. He pees when he sees me.
Every time Mosby sees me, it must be the alpha male thing. I have no idea, but he lays down and pees. I can't help it. I'm just so alpha. You know what I mean?
Kody has a magical talent. He can twist literally anything into a tribute to his own greatness. Case in point, this gem of a moment. He actually claims that Mosby, the dog, recognizes his alpha male dominance and responds by rolling over and peeing in submission. I mean, how do these women sit through this nonsense without their eyes getting permanently stuck in the back of their heads? This was around season 15, right when coronavirus had just started, and it's pretty clear Kody was diving headfirst into his manosphere phase. You can hear it in the way he talks, like he's a walking podcast clip about dominance and biceps. Now, let's get back to reality. Mosby is probably just a submissive peer, like many dogs are, and he's either thrilled to see Kody, doubtful, or more likely, he's peeing because Kody terrifies him. Honestly, based on how he treats people, that checks out. The pup does look happy in that first photo though, so maybe it's a mix of nerves and excitement. I've got a rescue dog from a puppy mill who's the same way. She pees when she's scared or uncomfortable. Sometimes it's excitement, but it's never because she's acknowledging someone's alpha energy. Only Kody could look at a scared, peeing dog and think, yep, that's because of my chiseled abs and powerful presence. Here's a truth bomb for you. If a dog is afraid of you, it's not because you're an alpha, it's because you're a jerk. Real alphas, dogs adore them. They feel safe, protected. Kody, not so much. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. My little kids don't remember their siblings. Oh really? And whose fault is that, Robyn? Must have been the sibling fairy who forgot to schedule weekly playdates, right? Because surely it couldn't be the woman who never put up photos of the whole family in her house. Or the one who mysteriously forgot how phones, social media, or, gasp, Zoom work. Let's be honest, if you actually wanted your kids to know their siblings, you'd have made it happen. A phone call here, a visit there, maybe a photo album that included all the kids, not just your chosen few. But nah, instead, you act like this is some cosmic tragedy that just happened to you, rather than the result of your own calculated choices. Hunter's comment about one Zoom call not fixing things. That wasn't disrespect. That was facts. You can't microwave a relationship and expect it to be fully cooked. And that's the whole thing. Robyn never wanted her kids to know the older siblings. She didn't try, and at this point, she's not fooling anybody. Not us, and definitely not the kids. The real tragedy, her children are stuck in a lose-lose situation. Either they grow up parroting her warped version of loyalty, or they wake up one day and realize they were used as emotional pawns in their mother's carefully curated victim narrative. There's no happy ending there. Oh, and the "they barely remember Mary" bit. That was cute. As if that jab made the Ogas look bad. Spoiler, it didn't. It just made Robyn look worse. You outed yourself, girl. Thanks for the assist. And let's not forget her personal favorite. The kids weren't inviting when we joined the family. Excuse me? It is not the responsibility of literal children to welcome a 30-something divorcee with 3 kids into their family, while she's simultaneously wrecking their household and emotionally wrecking their mom. That's not uninviting, that's called trauma. You should have been the one approaching them with humility and compassion, not expecting a welcome parade while you bulldozed your way in. Robyn's so-called unhinged demand? Oh, please, there's nothing unhinged about it. It's a carefully crafted performance, a masterclass in martyrdom, staged entirely for Kody's benefit. Once again, she dons the mask of the helpless, trembling supplicant, meek, wounded, and forever misunderstood. She's cap in hand, pleading with the other wives to simply let her be happy. But alas, the cruel, cold-hearted trio refuse her peace. She suffers, theatrically of course, in the wake of their pitiless silence. Picture it, the OG wives as towering, impassive statues, stone-faced and unmoved, and at their feet, Robyn, cloaked in black, kneeling with arms outstretched, begging, just like she begged Janelle not to leave. Her pleas echo into the void, unheard, as she slowly withers beneath their merciless gaze. And who will save her from this torment? Enter Kody, her valiant knight, desperate to preserve his delicate damsel from collapsing beneath the weight of her own sorrow. Her grief is just so overwhelming. She might float away like a tragic little snowflake in a snow globe of pain. Anything, to keep Robyn from dissolving into the ether. She lifts her tear-drenched eyes to Kody and croaks out a trembling monologue. "I'm just so anxious and depressed. The other day my tires slipped on the driveway, and Christine always said I was a bad driver, and I just wish the driveway wasn't icy ever again, and I just don't know how I can make it through another day." Cue the tiny violins. Luckily, Christine and Janelle have finally done what should have been done a long time ago, drawn a firm boundary. Robyn and her never-ending list of needs, manipulations, are no longer their burden. If she wants emotional support, she can look to Kody, or better yet, a therapist. The other wives have made it clear they wish her well, and if she insists on wallowing in her self-made misery, despite that, well, that's her choice. Maybe one day Kody will pull back the curtain and realize what's really been going on. But let's be honest, Robyn will probably find enlightenment and take responsibility for her own happiness long after he figures it out, if ever. In the meantime, the show must go on. And so must the Amazon deliveries. After all, every day is Christmas in the house of Robyn. Production is single-handedly saving this season's tell-all. While Suki sits there tossing out her usual softball questions and letting Kody spin his fantasy version of reality, the real MVP is the editing team. The way they cut to Christine and Janelle every time Kody starts lying is pure gold. Every flashback exposes him, his lies, his insecurity, and the delusion he's still trying to pass off as fact. Kody launches into one of his classic rants about how awful Christine was. Cue the footage of Christine, calm as ever, saying she wishes everyone well. Then Robyn starts crying, again, about how hard everything is, cut to Christine smiling and literally glowing with happiness. Tell-alls have never been known for their hard-hitting journalism. The questions we really want answered usually go ignored, but this time, the editing is doing the work. The contrast is brutal and beautiful. Kody might actually be forced to see what everyone else already does. Not that it'll change anything. He's way too far gone into his own narrative. It's also pretty clear Kody refuses to talk about certain things. You can feel it in the awkward silences and evasions, but every now and then, he trips over his own ego and spills a little more than he meant to. Classic. Of course, once the final episodes air, I fully expect Kody and Robyn to cry full. Taken out of context, unfair editing, blah blah blah. It's the same playbook they always run, even as they get caught red-handed denying reality. And speaking of frustrating, let's talk about Meri. Suki actually asked her if she cares that Kody said he hates his life. Seriously? Has she not watched this show? Has she not seen Kody emotionally neglect and humiliate Meri for years? That's the question she thinks is worth asking. The only angles she ever takes with Meri are, what do you think about Kody and Robyn? How about asking Meri about Meri for once? At least Meri finally snapped back. She called out Robyn over the catfishing drama and made it clear that Kody is no longer her problem. Good for her. And maybe, Suki is playing the long game. She's not confrontational, which means Kody can't just brush her off as too aggressive. Meanwhile, the editors are dragging him mercilessly with every cutaway. He's hardened, bitter, and looks utterly miserable. The man's soul is gone, just dead eyes and delusion now. Honestly, from a journalist's perspective, Suki's doing what's needed. This isn't Guantanamo Bay. No one's demanding she waterboard him for answers. But could someone please hand her a highlight reel before she starts taping? Maybe even, wild idea, watch the show. Because whoever writes her questions clearly doesn't. Wasn't she brought in to replace the last host for not asking enough questions? And yet, here we are, watching another repetitive, info-free snooze fest. TLC, do yourselves a favor. Ask the film crew what questions should be asked. Better yet, ask the fans. Because we know what the real story is, and we know who's skating by. And while you're at it, bring in the adult kids. They're the ones with the real tea. So Christine was pregnant and working nights. Meanwhile, Kody, father of the year, couldn't even be bothered to put his own kids to bed. Instead, Aspen, a literal child herself, had to step up and care for her younger siblings. And no one in that entire house, where all three of the original wives and Kody lived at the time, thought, hey, maybe a 10-year-old shouldn't be the primary caregiver. Sure, Kody's the obvious villain here, let's not pretend otherwise. But Mary and Janelle don't exactly come out looking great either. Wasn't the whole point of polygamy supposed to be that there's a built-in support system? Like, more adults equals more help with the kids. Apparently, that memo got lost. And let's not forget, Christine homeschooled those kids for years. That was when she already had 5 of them. 5. Meanwhile, Kody never asked Robyn to lift a finger. She didn't need to work, clean, or help raise anyone else's kids, because favoritism is only a problem when it's not benefiting you, right? Also, why am I using past tense? Robyn's still lounging while there's a nanny involved, so what's her excuse now? For the record, Christine wasn't just twiddling her thumbs. She worked at her dad's car lot early on, and later juggled part-time gigs like cleaning offices after hours, waitressing, working at a gas station, and even had a stint at Principal Voice. Meanwhile, Kody was busy being Kody. And honestly, sometimes I wonder if Robyn was already in the picture before Christine got pregnant with Truly. Like, was that a patching up the marriage baby? A shut up and deal with it baby? Or maybe even a Robyn flirted all night, but didn't follow through, so now I need someone else to make me feel like a man baby. Because nothing says healthy family dynamic like that kind of emotional math. Where are all the Robyn stans hiding? Seriously, now's your chance. Step up, state your case. Convince us that Robyn isn't the cold, calculating figure so many think she is. Maybe she's just a good woman who walked into a situation she didn't fully understand and is now stuck, just doing her best with hat in hand. Go on, defend your sister wife. No, really, I'm not being snarky. Well, okay, maybe a little. But I have yet to see a single Robyn fan on this sub. Not one. So if you're out there, now's your time to shine. Let's hear it. The thing is, Robyn and Kody completely torpedoed their own image when they decided to shut the cameras out of their everyday life. Every other wife? We've seen where they live, how they parent, how they deal with chaos, heartbreak, and conflict. We've watched them be human. That's why each of them, even with their flaws, has a fan base. But Robyn, all we get are stiff, overly polished talking head interviews and the occasional video shot from 40 feet away, like she's Bigfoot. There's no real connection, no relatability, no humanity, just her and Kody huddled together, complaining about everyone else. And let's talk about the business side. The show, which, let's be honest, is the family's main income source, has thrived for nearly 2 decades because of the other wives opening their leaves to the camera. Robyn? She's reaping all the benefits while contributing the least. That's not private, that's freeloader. That said, she wasn't always like this. In the early seasons, she made an effort. She let the OG wives pick their own wedding flowers and gave them special dances with Kody. That was thoughtful. She even babysat Christine's kids once or twice and seemed to promote respect among her kids for the other adults. There was potential. But somewhere along the way, things went completely off the rails. Kody's obsession with Robyn steamrolled every shred of polygamist balance. And sure, Robyn didn't start that fire, but she's definitely fanned the flames. Her constant crying, her passive-aggressive "I talk to Kody" moves. It's manipulative, it's annoying, and yes, it's rude to the women who've been in his life for decades. She could have earned sympathy. She still could, if she'd open up, be honest, and actually let people see her life. But as it stands, we don't know what she does all day. We rarely see her interact with her kids. There are pap shots of her and Kody at restaurants, but never anything real on the show. Robyn's hiding from who she is, and if she keeps it up, it's going to cost them everything, including the show. Flagstaff Moving Day. A comedy of errors, Moving Day was hilarious. If you weren't living it, of course. Robyn? Not packed, not even close. Like, still has pictures on the wall, not packed. Morning of the move, and she's running around stuffing random things into bags like the deadline hadn't been plastered on a calendar for weeks. They were supposed to hit the road around noon. Then Kody, in peak Kody fashion, calls a family meeting with a brilliant plan. Everyone should pack up all the houses together, caravan to Flagstaff, and then, get this, unpack Robyn's house first. After that, they'd work through the other homes one at a time with all hands on deck. Sounds reasonable, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. Except the dream was Robyn getting a free labor crew to pack her chaos, and then conveniently tapping out once her own house was done. And no one knew at this point that Robyn hadn't packed anything. They all agreed, blissfully unaware they were being gently scammed. Noon comes and goes. Everyone else is more or less ready to leave, boxes loaded, trucks packed. Everyone except Robyn. One of the older boys wanders over to help and is greeted by absolute disarray. He plays it cool, makes a silent exit back to the others like he's just survived a war zone. Then suddenly, Janelle and Christine are like, yeah, we're out. And just like that, the kids follow. Maddie and Caleb are like, we've got a truck full and a long drive, Flagstaff and back tonight, bye. Everyone pieces out, because they're not about to end up unloading boxes in the dark, just so Robyn's stuff gets handled first, and she can check out at baby's bedtime. Which, let's be honest, was exactly the plan. Get her house done before dusk, then oops, baby's sleeping, can't help anyone else. Meanwhile, everyone else gets to unpack their own homes solo until 1 a.m. And Robyn, she's running around in absolute meltdown mode going, where is everyone? Like she expected a squad of team minions to magically appear and handle the whole thing. It was genuinely one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Honestly, anything would have been smarter than this group disaster. Hire movers, move one family at a time, spread it over a few weeks. But no, they had to go with the least efficient, most chaotic plan possible. And Robyn not being packed, I still can't wrap my head around it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.